Years ago, I was taking a trip to Sri Lanka, and I expressed my plan to my friends to rent a car and drive in downtown Colombo in the countryside. My friends, who had grown up there, smiled and advised me to let others do the driving while I was there. I greatly appreciated their advice a short time later as numerous honking cars streamed around my car in a seemingly random manner while someone else did the driving. All the loud, smoky vehicles with horns honking continuously set my nerves on edge. If I'd been driving, I shuddered to think. Well, you've probably been through the experience of trying to perform the complex skill of driving while your nerves were on edge. In fact, you can understand how any complex skill with nerves on edge becomes a huge challenge. Research into the effects of stress and anxiety upon athletic performance are numerous, for example, showing how peripheral vision, so important for most sports, is narrowed and overall skill declines. Under stress and anxiety, all of us are able to see and hear less. We react more poorly, and we actually do less. So in sports medicine and sports psychology, the development of coping techniques and stress reduction has become very important. And in the world-class competitive event called life, managing stress and anxiety has become still more important because it is, well, life. When I use various modes of biofeedback, for example, to help people bring calm into their lives, they're often surprised by what they call the calm clarity of their minds, and even the improvement in their visual perception. People will comment with some astonishment that colors are now brighter, and even my peripheral vision has expanded. It was here, and now it's here. Well, I've been talking with you about how God gives me a new story for my life through the gospel of Jesus Christ. He replaces my old story of fear, for example, with his story of faith, hope, and love. But my old story can actually drown out his new story with noise, so that I can't respond to it. I might not even be able to see it. Take, for example, the story Jesus lived with his followers one stormy night on the Sea of Galilee. It has all the important elements of a good fear story: darkness, risky conditions, out-of-control weather, aloneness, vulnerability. It's recounted in Mark 4. On that day, when evening had come, he said to them, "Let us go across the lake to the other side." And leaving the crowd behind, they took him with them in the boat just as he was. Other boats were with him. A great gale arose, and the waves beat into the boat so that the boat was already being swamped. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion. And they woke him up and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." Then the wind ceased, and there was a dead calm. He said to them, "Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith?" And they were filled with great awe and said to one another, "Who then is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" It's a situation that would raise fear and anxiety in any of us, right? And notice how this storm affects how the followers of Jesus look at the situation and how they react. In their fear, they awaken Jesus and challenge him, "Do you not care?" Rather than tap into his utter serenity in the situation, they demanded that he see the situation with the same tunnel vision they had. But he responds with 3 simple words that they never could have expected: "Peace, be still." And what followed frightened them even more, showing how wrong their story of fretful anxiety and fear was. The gift to them in that moment was peacefulness and calm, and they didn't know what to do with it. Mark says of Jesus' followers in that moment, literally, that they feared a great fear and wondered, who then is this that even the wind and the sea obey him? Yeah, that was really terrifying. Yes, this is a story I can't comprehend. I can't even see because of my own fear story. But it's essential that I do see it. And so I must have ways of tapping into his serenity so that I can see it. Jesus' challenge is for me too. Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith? You see, wholehearted trust in God opens my spiritual senses so that I can see and hear and know him to be at work. But anxiety and fear close off my spiritual awareness. My trust in him broadens my spiritual peripheral vision and brightens the colors in my world and makes possible the living of a new story in Jesus Christ. So what if I am welcomed into the household of God? I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, David said. And what if I'm invited to unite my life with his? As Jesus prayed, I in them and you in me, that they all may be completely one. And what if I'm given ready access to the resources of the kingdom of God? Whatever you ask in my name, it will be given you, Jesus said. What if? But to see it and know it, I have to quiet the storm inside me, or rather, he has to quiet it. A short, breathing prayer to him. A tender, caring prayer by a friend. Absorbing his words, peace, be still. Reaching deeply into his serenity about all of life by entrusting myself fully to him. These are all opening moments. Opening moments. Opening the door of my life to his new story. And beyond the moment that may be sheer terror, it is so new, comes peace and vision and clarity and abilities I didn't know I had.